let's look at some of the individuals from yesterday. I was at, I don't know if was you at? No, you wasn't at game, Crook. You was at the old Dancing on Ice, um, which is fantastic from your point of view. But I was at the game and Andre Onana. I don't know if you guys could hear it on TV, but the whole of Old Trafford is onto him. He didn't directly make a mistake that led to a goal yesterday, so I'm not going to pin anything like that on him. But the sheer chaos and panic that he's bringing to the team, in actually trying to slow it down and bring calm, was a bit counterproductive. Like he actually got booed yesterday. I'll call it out as it is. Old Trafford was booing Onana last night because he came to catch a ball, didn't quite catch it, then jumped on it. He took ages on a goal kick, and then he should have just passed it to Dalot, didn't, and I think we lost it. Then all the players are running over. Don't know if you can see it on TV. They're all talking to him. Bruno's doing this. It just looks like chaos, and then that fed into the stand. So that's an individual I want to talk about. I also want to talk about, of course, Chido Obi versus the Rasmus Hojlund situation as well. So just on those two, Crookie, what's your thoughts on that?
Well, I think if we had a fit backup goalkeeper, then Onana wouldn't have played. If Bayern was fit, I think he would have been in net, and that might have given us more of a chance in the penalty shootout. When you look at what he did against Arsenal in the last round, I think Onana clearly is lacking confidence. I keep being told, actually, that if he could, he would not be against leaving Old Trafford, and maybe ending what's been a pretty miserable time at the football club. But like with Rasmus Hojlund, if that is to come to being, they're not going to get back anywhere near the money they paid for him. Aaron Ramsdale is available this summer for a relatively modest fee. I think he's the type of personality and the shot stopper that we need. I would be all in favour of swapping Onana for Ramsdale, because I think Onana has proved that he's just not good enough. In terms of Obi, I think he's got something. He's very raw. At times the ball wasn't sticking to him, but he certainly asked more questions of the Fulham defence than Hojlund did. I guess it's always difficult if you're chucking a young player into a struggling team, then you can actually hamper their development rather than help it. And I think that's what Ruben Amorim will be wrestling with. But it is time now to take Hojlund out of the team. And listen, we're not going to go down. I can't even believe we're talking in those terms. We're not going to qualify for Europe. So actually, there's an opportunity now to give some young players a chance between now and the end of the season. So I would be all in favour of him starting in the next game. Maybe not against Sociedad, because I think away from home in Europe, you need experienced heads. But certainly the next Premier League game, which I think is Arsenal, isn't it? So there's a nice little story to be written there.
He'll run around in that game, wouldn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, I was talking to an Arsenal fan in the bar at Dancing on Ice last night, and he was saying if he just stayed at Arsenal, he'd probably be leading the line for us now, bearing in mind their injury issues. So, yeah, I would certainly like him to start that game of the weekend. But I think against Sociedad, I'd probably stick Xerxes up front. Or Garnacho in the number 9.
He keeps saying this. This is Crookie's number one petition, Garnacho in the 9. You've been screaming out for it for ages. Ruben's not listening. I don't know if we need to make a little soundbite that producer Jamie can send over to Ruben to petition that, but it hasn't happened yet. We've had Cobby in the 9 though, so you have got a chance. You never know. And actually, on that, well, I mean, look, putting him against Saliba and Gabriel as well for your first start isn't easy too. But yeah, I think he does need more minutes. I mean, if you look at Angelina, he's a kid that has come through. He's absolutely smashed it, at the under 18s level for Arsenal. Smashed it under 18 levels for us as soon as he cut here. Few games in the under 23s, we say to him, listen, sorry, kid, we're not going to allow you to just get your feet under the carpet in under 23s. Can you just come into the first team and just play all the games for us now? And again, it's like we're doing it again, asking a young kid who technically shouldn't be playing at that level yet. I get it's great for him. It's great for his family. It's exciting to see somebody new. But he should not have to be fast-tracked this quickly without the proper development. And we're throwing him in saying sink or swim. But he did give Bassi and Anderson something more to think about, which is more than Hojlund's done in his last 17, 18 games.
Oh, 100%. And you look at the two players, you look at Hojlund and you look at Chido Obi. Hojlund is 5 years older than him. He's 6'3", Obi's 6'2", maybe not that much between it. But you look at their build, Chido Obi's a lot slimmer because he is 17 years of age. And the fact that he was fighting more, he was less bullied than Rasmus Hojlund. I think it kind of says, oh, Hojlund managed 9 touches, 1 in Fulham's box in 68 minutes. Chido Obi made 18 touches, 6 in the box. I think that tells you everything that you need to know. I agree. I think that once again, having to fast track kids through is not really what we want, as much as Man United bringing young talent through is something that we're known for. It's something that we should be doing 100%. I agree. You should protect him. But at the same time, this kid's on a lot of money for a 17-year-old. And if he's ready to have a go, then fair enough. But I agree with Crookie. I think you can't be expecting a 17-year-old kid to play every game and win the games for us. He can't be the next Ahmad, just kind of expecting him to be able to get it over the line for us. But yeah, no, I was really impressed with him, and I think it's best for Hojlund. I think it's best for everybody that he needs a little bit of time, because as much as I've been critical of him, I do actually feel sorry for him, because I think from the moment he stepped into the Man United team, there's been so much expectation on his shoulders. It's not like when he first came, he did have someone like Anthony Martial he could rely on because he was injured and MIA. So I do think that he's had it tough overall, but I think we need to just kind of put it on pause for a minute.
Yeah, Joe. I mean, just the last thing on Chido before we move on. For you, does he have to? That experiment with Rasmus needs to sort of come to an end now, even for his own good, to take him out the team? Or are you reluctant because Chido is so young and we're so poor, it could really have a damaging effect on him too?
We're just doing it again, aren't we? Whatever we did to Anthony Elanga, whatever we did to Adnan Januzaj, you could even argue Marcus Rashford to an extent, although he managed to sort of power his way through it for a few years at least. We're giving a player all of the limelight, all of the pressure. And at first we'll all say, and me and everyone else will go, there's no pressure, you're a young kid. Well, how long did that last with Anthony Elanga? Because I remember a season into his career, we were being told he was rubbish and not good enough for Man United. Now he's at Nottingham Forest, playing and putting performances in that we would absolutely kill for. So you don't quite get as long as you think. And I don't want, Chido Obi-Martin, or Chido Obi, should I say, his career to be sort of tarnished by, a couple of bad performances here and there, because maybe right now everyone loves him and everyone's backing him, and I'm sure we all are. But that's not how public opinion works. You don't get forever. And I feel like the environment that he's being brought in isn't one that is sort of going to nurture and kind of bring the best out of it. A 17-year-old who just turned 17 quite recently as well. He's not like young, he's a child. It's like he's really, really young. Like, I just think, fair enough, we need to make some changes, and Hojlund obviously just can't get it going, and he seems to have lost any confidence he ever had. But I feel like it's so unfair on Chido that our next choice is Joshua Zirkzee, who has to play every game as a number 10 now anyway, because he's not quite a number 9, and because Ahmad's injured. And then our next choice is, where's the 28-year-old striker at United? Where's the 30-year-old striker at United? It's either a 22-year-old, let's not forget Hojlund, who is himself very young and inexperienced. You've got a 23-year-old, I think, in Zirkzee. I'm not sure if he's turned 24 yet, who, again, himself has had a couple of decent seasons as a professional, having left Bayern Munich. And then it's a 17-year-old who only made his debut for the under-18s this season. How is that what Man United has become? And obviously, I love seeing Chido. I thought he was very good yesterday, and I liked that he was, I think he's the only one who managed to lay a glove on Bassi all game, to be honest, because I thought Bassi played really well, but he pushed him out of the way, got his shot away. But I just think he keeps sticking him in these games. If the goals don't start flowing, which, why would they? Because the creative players at United, haven't been setting up chances for anyone, then eventually people are going to go, I'm not so sure about him. I'm not so sure about Chido. I think we need to just let this guy breathe a little bit and kind of come through naturally. But at the same time, like we all said, can we see another 10 games in a row of Hojlund starting? I'm not sure we can. I don't know what the answer is, but I worry that the answers that we've got aren't going to suit the players that we've got. So yeah, it's an impossible situation. And let's just say I like seeing Chido play yesterday. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, it was something to look at. But I did see, you did see the rawness. You did see, like I said, the ball not sticking a little bit in some moments. But again, he's apprehensive. Of course, he's going to be nervous. He's been thrown into the deep end, but then he started to get into the game a little bit more. A couple of bits of link up play with Zirkzee. And again, just giving Bassi that nudge a couple of times to create a chance. And actually, let's not forget that third chance. He nearly wins us the game. Gets a slight touch off Bassi. It's a great save from Leno, to be fair. Really, that probably should have been a goal. So more involvement in the game than what what Rasmus Hojlund gets. And actually, we say we don't create chances. Well, actually, Chido has been part of 3 chances, which Rasmus hasn't seen in a row, in a whole heap of time. So actually, that shows a little bit about the knack of knowing where to be, the knack of sensing the ball might be there. That one where De Ligt's sort of foot being fouled and he gets a toe on it, probably should score that one as well. But the knack of being there, the knack of giving Bassi that nudge just to knock him off balance, the knack of getting the ball in the inside left to get that chance for the save from Leno. So there is a little bit there.